Alright, I'm sorry, but that is... Today, we're going to be going over some rather weird things that you can try on your trip to Turkey or just on your trip to a Turkish grocery store. What we're going to be going over today are a few weird drinks here, and then there's a few others that we're going to do out and sort of during our trip to Turkey. So the first drink right here is shalgam, then you have gazos, and right here you've got pishmani. So what we're talking about here is this is a spicy vinegar drink. If you've ever seen pickle juice and thought, what would happen if I added red pepper to it? The Turkish have the answer for you. This over here is gazos. And this, if you remember when you were a kid and you used to have these great drinks that tasted a bit like bubblegum, this is it right here, except it's not a pharmaceutical. And right here you've got pishmani, which is what happens when you ask a Turkish person to make fairy floss. That's the Australian word for it. It's actually cotton candy. Let's start it off with the one that I'm dreading the most right here, shalgam. I'm not going to pour myself a huge drink of this because I hate it, to be honest. Let's get that nice pour there. Look at that. It looks absolutely delicious when you're looking at it. I'm not looking forward to this, but let's go ahead and give this a shot. So if you sniff it, it smells a bit like spicy carrot juice, maybe pickle juice, if you will. So what this actually is, if you're wondering, we should go over that. Carrot juice. It's basically carrot juice. It's got some spices added to it. And this is mostly drinking in Mersin, which is a city in southern Turkey, sort of middle, like coastal Mediterranean city. This is usually paired with tantuni, which is another Mersin specialty. And that one I actually like, so I wouldn't be delaying that one this much. But let's just go ahead and give that a try. The smell is definitely overpowering. It doesn't entertain me at all. Alright, I'm sorry, but that is still one of the worst drinks I've ever tried. I have no idea how they like it. It is literally like drinking a spicy pickle juice, so if you ever wondered what that tastes like, I wonder what's wrong with you, but you can try it here. So now let's go ahead and try something that's actually good. This is what I was talking about before. This is called gazos, and this is basically a clear drink that tastes like bubblegum, which is awesome because that's just what we need to wash down the flavor of this devil's brew. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Let's pour ourselves a nice big glass there because this actually tastes good. So, there we go. Gazos, let's take a nice big smell that first. So it smells just like bubblegum, which is awesome. Literally, if you remember those pink drinks when you were a kid, like something would go wrong, you'd be sick, you get this pink syrup that tasted awesome. This is that pink syrup, except no pharmaceuticals in it. So yeah, I don't know what to say. It tastes like liquid bubblegum, which is just awesome. But yeah, gazos, I definitely recommend trying this stuff because it is really good. And now let's go ahead and try these out. So what this is called pishmani. So the S is SH in English. So we're going to open this up and we're going to try this out. This is supposed to be like a dry cotton candy. So now we've got the box open. We're ready to try pishmani. So in Turkey, what they know this as is the dessert that you'll regret eating or regret not eating. You'll regret not eating this because it tastes so awesome, but you will regret eating it because it's quite messy. I don't know why they just don't eat this outdoors, but we're going to eat it indoors because, you know, when in Rome. So it looks just like this. It looks almost like some sort of like noodles or something like that you dump in water. Let's grab one of these. I can already smell like the sugar here, which is quite awesome. And look at this. It's just falling apart in my hand. So I can see why people say they regret eating it because, you know, I'll probably regret cleaning this up myself, but it just comes apart. Nice and sort of like flossy, very soft texture. Let's go ahead and bite into that. So I've got to say, much better than cotton candy. This stuff, if I had an option between this and cotton candy, 100%. This is what I'm going with. It tastes awesome. Blast of sugar, which any American's going to love. But then you got like more of a, almost like a donut-y flavor also mixed in with it. So it's not just cotton candy. It's like a blast of sugar with a slight donut-y sort of undertone to it. And it just dissolves right in your mouth. It tastes almost like, I don't know, it's almost like biting into a piece of bread that's going to dissolve in your mouth, which sounds really weird. It's definitely one of the weirder desserts that I've tried here, but it's also one of the better ones. So you ever get the option, pishmani. And one of the more interesting desserts that you can try in Turkey is this right here. It's Carriage. And what it is it's a pistachio center with dough around it and marshmallow fluff with cinnamon sprinkled on top. Just like this. You can see it's real gooey. You got that in, so let's dig in and let's grab a piece. So it's really smelling it here. It's got that nice cinnamon smell to it. You can see it's like overloaded with cinnamon, which is just, excuse the baklava on my plate. You got those pistachios, you've got that marshmallow top, you've got that nice sort of outer crust that's just like that. Let's take a piece of this. Actually, let's use a fork to take a piece of this. Let's take a piece of this right here. Really good. So the bread's a bit dry. You've got that nice pistachio center, and this little marshmallow bit adds just a nice bit of sweetness to it. So it's a really nice touch. It's something quite different from baklava or another dessert that might be overloaded with sugar. This is more of a pistachio overload, but it is just spectacular. So definitely recommend trying this out because this is one of the more interesting desserts that you could try in Turkey. So this drink right here is a classic Turkish winter beverage. It's called salep. So what salep is it's obviously you've got cinnamon sprinkled on top, but the more interesting part is down below. This liquid is a mixture of milk and orchid extract. So it's a rather different thing that you only really find in Turkey and apparently Iran. This is, like I said, a winter drink, so let's give it a try and see what it tastes like. So it's a rather sweet drink. It reminds me a bit of a milkshake, if you will, with like less of that like milkshake taste. It's like a hot milk. It's a very hard drink to describe. So this tastes a lot like rum chowder or chowder, if you're familiar with the alcoholic drink. But for those of you who aren't, it's basically like you've got this nice cinnamon flavor on top. And then underneath, once you get sort of into the texture of it, it's a hot drink. So it's this like sort of like a hot milkshake taste, but it's not as sugary. It's a little bit more refined. It has a little bit more of that like flowery taste to it. And yeah, overall, it is a delicious drink. And it's great to have on a cold winter's day. Nice and hot, something to warm you up while you sit outside and just enjoy the weather. Because overall in Turkey, especially here in Mersin, it's pretty warm out with just a slight chill. It feels like a nice sort of fall day, even though it's the middle of winter.